What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Discourse Syndicate Network and maybe the Crypto Coffee channel. Depends where you're coming in from. Great to see all of you. Just wanted to let you know I haven't been too consistent lately, but Tuesdays will be my time slot for streaming from the Discourse Syndicate channel. And all of my live streams are going to be both on mine and Discourse Syndicate. Some might only be on the Discourse Syndicate Network. We're really going to try to pump those numbers up. So if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to the DS channel. I know most of you are OGs around here. What's going on? We've got Crypto Panda. Good to see you here. Valiant Brand, Rom Override. A bunch of OGs in the house. Finn Bear. Hopefully some new faces too. We've got Ernst Young III. Yup. What it do, Black Label Expert. Jefferson Chris. Hello, PulseChains. I kind of like PulseChains. What do you guys? How do you feel about PulseChains? Not bad, right? Crypto Kobe. Let's get it. Finn Bear, Big Gunner D, Crypto Gains Club 369, Professional Hex Memer, Mr. Hartman says bam. RG3, what's up, my bro? Good to see you in the house. Jorge Pazos, Polygon Hack. Yes, guys, if you're in Hex and if you're in PulseChain, you probably don't have to worry about this because you're in a safe environment. You're in a safe space in crypto. But DeFi is a dangerous world out there, guys. People are getting hacked left and right. And the latest one, $611 million hack done by Poly Network. It's actually not Polygon, so I want to make that distinction. Polygon and Poly Network are not the same. Okay, so it wasn't Polygon that got hacked. I think the Matic network is fine. I know some of the funds were hacked on the Polygon network, but this Poly Network, Poly.network, as far as I understand it, connected a few different blockchains together through some kind of interoperability layer. And this happened at about 5 or 6 a.m. my time today. So this is relevant news, right? This is one of the bigger DeFi hacks. I mean, $500 million stolen from this interoperability play called Poly.network. Don't even go there. Don't even look it up. It's not worth it. And hopefully you weren't a part of this hack, but not Polygon, right? So Poly.network apparently robbed their users, or somebody was able to siphon off $611 million worth of funds. So my heart goes out to you if you're out there experimenting with these things. They're really, really dangerous. So, especially some of these new things that claim to be DeFi and, they're run by an anonymous set of developers or people with not much experience. You really got to be careful out there. This was a particularly large one. But yeah, just because some of the funds were hacked on Polygon Network, there were also funds hacked on Binance Smart Chain, Ethereum, and maybe one other blockchain as well, or network. But the reason I think that they were able to hack on all these different networks is because the Poly network was an interoperability layer. So they were able to snatch money from different blockchains and different regions. So hope none of you were affected by that. If you're in Hex, you're staked and you don't have to worry about it. Congratulations. That's why we're all here. Hit the like button. Thank you, Brand. Diddy Hex said, hey, what's up? Hey, guys. Sam Fisher. Hexakins, what is your profession? Yeah, nice. Hey, if you guys can hear me all right, let me know. I'm trying out a little bit of a different, format. Obviously, today I'm in the office, so not really too much scenery here, but just wanted to get the tripod up, and I'm using my phone camera for my video, and I think my computer is for the audio right now. So hopefully it's good enough. I'm going to get a wireless transmitter, and we'll get all that figured out soon. But yeah, we're going to talk about PulseChain today, guys. Ask away. Any questions in the chat? Hexican American says, what's up? Overdue for some coffee. That's right. You guys haven't seen much of me, but I'm trying. I'm out here actually behind the scenes a lot. Coffee for the people. Polygon. That's right, Dominican Willie. Bree, good to see you. Love you too. Lots of money lost today. Yeah, very sad day. Hopefully, again, not for any of us, right? Arthur Douglas said, hello, Pulse sacrifice is over and I got in the first 5 days. Yes, guys, the Pulse sacrifice phase is over. Do not send any more money to the PulseChain sacrifice address. Please do not do that. I saw some people doing that the other day, and I was like, ooh, yikes, because those people are going to lose a lot of money. If you guys, if you're new here, don't send any more money to the PulseChain sacrifice phase. Here's one reason I do think PulseChain is going to blow up is because of the design intentions with the sacrifice phase being so short, right? It was only 17, 19 days long, right? You only had a little over 2 weeks to get involved in the PulseChain sacrifice phase. And that's not that long. That's not that long in the grand scheme of things, in the grand scheme of, the Hex adoption amplifier lasted 1 year, right? But the PulseChain sacrifice phase only lasted 19 days. So that was almost barely enough time for some people to even hear about it, right? Imagine all the people that heard about it too late, that heard about it after the fact. So it was a buzz generating event. And I think by having a shorter length of time in which you could actually participate in, I don't want to call it a pre-sale, because it's not, but it's, to participate in the first opportunity to be credited with Pulse tokens, it was such a short window that a lot of people missed the boat. And that's why I think there's going to be a lot of people trying to make up for lost time and trying to make up for the fact that they missed out by buying into it in any way they can as soon as it hits the open market. So again, we're going to need tokens to be bridged over, but I see a lot of people dumping some USDC or Ethereum into PLS just to at least play around with it, see if it works, see how cheap, see how fast it is, see how the consensus layer works. There's so much buzz around it right now that if you even just put PulseChain in the title of your video, it's going to get like 2,000 more views. So it's the real deal, guys. It's coming up. And again, I think by having such a short sacrifice chamber or phase, we left a lot of people behind. And that's probably our fault, right? Maybe we should have marketed harder, promoted harder, but that just means there's a lot of people that are coming in on the ground floor on day one when this does launch in 2 to 3 months, because and that's part of the reason I don't necessarily feel like there's going to be a huge dump right away, because I do feel like there's a lot of people that were quote unquote left out that are going to support with bid support early on in the early days of Pulse. And that's just I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell the future, but it does seem like that will take some of the sell pressure off the table, or at least be able to absorb some of the sell pressure with those new people. All right, what do we got here? That was almost me. LOL, my brother called me and said it had started. Got in the first day because of my bro. Your bro did you a good favor, man. I got in on day 1 and day 5, so hopefully you got a good price. I think my average price was about, I got in a little bit at like 13 cents, a little bit at 16 cents, and then I think that was it. I can't remember right now, but I definitely didn't get in at the 21 cents. I think my average was at about 14, 15 cents. So I'm happy with that. Randy, I am so Hexagon that I'm driving a remote control grave digger while simultaneously watching coffee in the middle of the day. Damn. Well, that sounds pretty hardcore, bro. Good to see you, Randy. Hope you're having fun over in Puerto Rico or wherever you are in the world. I hope to be there shortly. Paul says, what do you think about zero value Pulse start? I think with Hex was the same. Thanks. Yeah, so the only way you can have zero value when something starts is because nobody's traded for it yet. Like, something is going to have value the moment, like the single instantaneous millisecond that somebody pays for it with something of value. So it's probably going to be, the ETH Pulse pair, or, the Pulse P-Hex pair is going to be one of the early ones. But whatever liquidity pair exists on that exists on the Pulse network that's used first will give Pulse token its first price, because we need to be able to denote the price of something in the price of something else. And then in order to derive, and if that's not USD, then we're going to need to then convert that thing into USD. So, basically it's going to start with zero value just because it's never been traded before by anybody. But it's going to stay at zero value for like a tiny fraction of a second. So I think that's what we mean when we talk about zero value start. I know it's a weird concept, but technically, on a technicality, it's going to start with zero value just because nobody has actually bought any, with anything else, with whether that's Ethereum or USDC, or it's probably going to be one of those two. Brian Funk, finally had my friends ask me what's new. I don't bring up crypto. Me either, Brian. Some of them don't want to hear it. I told them Pulse would be great, but they are too late for $0, but we'll sell them mine. Yeah, that's right, Brian. They can buy into it if they want. Not a lot of people are interested. A lot of people in the world, crypto is too complicated for them, which is why I really do agree with the approach that Richard Hart is taking. He seems to have a very user experience focused mindset. And that goes along with the marketing aspect. I think he gets frustrated when crypto doesn't work seamlessly like it should, in a perfect world, utopia, or whatever. I get frustrated by that too. I want to tell everyone about crypto, right? But I don't bring it up around some of my friends because I know as soon as I start talking about it, their eyes are going to glaze over because I'm going to start talking about, you got to get MetaMask wallet and then Coinbase and transfer from Coinbase to MetaMask. And then you got to go to a decentralized exchange. It's called a DEX for short. It's called Uniswap. And then they're like, okay, you just named like 4 words. And I have no idea what any of those words mean. I don't care anymore. A lot of people just ask me to do it for them, which I sometimes do, but that's only, really close friends. We need people to pump our bags. Well, we are the network, right? So here we are. We're telling people about the good word. And obviously we want everybody to get in, because if everyone can get in over the long term, it's going to be a win-win-win and a virtuous cycle. It's a virtuous cycle. We're creating value where there was no value before. Kind of just like Bitcoin did, like Ethereum did. We have the power as a network, as a grassroots organic network, to create true wealth for millions of people. That's what I really believe that. Like, not just saying that, I'm eating my own dog food. You know what I mean? Hey, Matt. Thanks. Hey, thanks. Great meeting you at the Breaks Meetup. Thank you, X Softball. Thank you. Sorry, I'm like switching back and forth from phone to laptop. Hello. Yes, agree. There's a lot of interest in Pulse. We are so fortunate. Yes, we are. Let me take this banner off, guys. Hold on a second here. Is Pulse launching between 2 or 3 months from now? Nobody really knows. The best guess that we all have is pretty much just that. I'm expecting early October would be my optimistic guess. I also am realistic too, so I know there could be a delay, which is why I don't want to get people's hopes up. I mean, I'm not the guy coding Pulse. I'm not the guy creating Pulse. So, it could be anywhere from October to November even. But, patience is the name of the game, guys. You're going to, once it does release, it's going to be a good time. My coworkers are asking what a pulse chamber is. So proof that has reached. That's cool. It's good, Sandy. The crypto bill. The crypto bill is terrible. It's the worst thing that's happened in terms of American legislation. They're trying to basically make such a broad stroke across everybody that whether or not you as a Hex staker, or even if you're a Bitcoin miner for whatever reason, I doubt you're a Bitcoin miner, all of these people could be perceived as a broker through the lens of this new cryptocurrency bill. And Senator Lummis really tried to amend the bill. I think the correct approach, if we have an approach at all, would be to strike the bill down completely. I saw that Ted Cruz had actually, Ted Cruz, right, of all people, something I agree with him on. He said that we should strike the bill down completely, and I kind of agree. I mean, it's a 1,000-page bill to propose a multi-billion-dollar plan, or a plan to raise multi-billions of dollars for an infrastructure bill, whatever that means. Again, that infrastructure is such a broad word that can mean anything. And they want to take it from, they want to tax basically people like you and me who are merely stakers in a network, right? We're not handling money on behalf of anybody else. So they get it totally wrong about, stakers and miners actually being brokers. Brokers require you to be handling money and transferring money between people, buying on behalf of somebody else and then, giving it to that person. We're not doing any of that. We're minting our own rewards in Hex. I mean, in Bitcoin, if you're a miner, you're minting your own rewards. In Ethereum, if you're a miner or a staker, again, you're minting your own rewards between you and yourself. Okay, it's between you and you. There's no third parties here. There's no money transmission between anybody. And clearly, it just demonstrates a lack of understanding and how blockchains work and how proof of stake networks work and how crypto in general works. And I think it could hinder progress in a lot of in the United States. It's gonna. I mean, if it does go through, which I think has yet to be seen, I think we're going to see a lot of good crypto entrepreneurs maybe potentially leaving the country. So every hack makes PulseChain more attractive. Yes, it does, sir. Yes, it does. You're singing my tune. Glad I am. Let's see. Let's keep going. Hopefully I don't miss you guys. Where has Richard gone? No sign of him since Pulse closed. Dude, he's working. Richard's working hard. I mean, he doesn't have to make a live stream every day. Richard Hart doesn't owe you a live stream every day. So, I mean, I'm sure he's working hard. It's not easy launching a revolutionary blockchain product. And in the meantime, there's tons of other, great Hex streamers that you get to watch in the meantime. Would it be a good moment to jump into Hex right now? Well, Femto, only you can make that decision. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I think that it's always a good time to buy Hex personally. And, especially if you consider getting a copy of your coins on the Pulse network, it's also always better in terms of APR and interest rate to stake earlier. So that's a fact, just mathematically. But I can't tell you whether or not you should buy Hex. You need to come to that conclusion on your own. I can just give you the facts about what Hex might be and what Hex might do and what Hex actually is. Andrea says, how do you feel about the grab in the last 4 hours during the sacrifice phase and one address having 90% of the coins? Well, this is definitely a touchy subject for a lot of new people, especially. It's very similar and reminiscent of the Hex origin address. And I'm not sure how that's going to work. I think that the origin address in Pulse, obviously I don't think that it has bad intentions. I believe that, it will only probably benefit the product in the long term. And it remains to be seen what they want to do with that. Maybe they want to have this stake so that they can allocate funds to different liquidity pools and things like that. And it remains to be seen. Like, this is all experimental, and we know that centralized ownership exists in every token, no matter what. I went over that in the previous video, but yeah, it's all experimental. Again, I don't think that any cause for concern is, the origin address dumping on your head. I think we've seen the Hex origin address be, a valiant and ethical player in the game, and will, potentially protect the price, if anything else. So I think it might actually be a price protector, but it's different in PulseChain having an origin address, right? Because, PulseChain is deflationary, like Kyle mentioned this on his live stream. So there's not any mechanic or component where, as far as I can see, just from the code running, that the OA of PulseChain will be able to dilute themselves. So, whereas the OA in Hex is actually diluting itself by leaving the majority of their coins unstaked. So over time, they'll have less and less, respectively, of the system. I don't know what the plans for this new PulseChain is, like what for the new origin address is. I don't know what the plans are for the new origin address of PulseChain. So again, basically we're taking a gamble with that, right? And if you want to bet that the origin address of PulseChain is going to sell all the coins and dump and destroy the whole project, that's totally valid. You're entitled to that opinion. And in that case, I wouldn't recommend that you invest in Pulse. But I'm choosing the opposite point of view based on what I've seen from the past. It worked well for Hex. Yeah, Randy, that's kind of what we're all going on right now. Sal says, I wish I could hibernate and wake up when Pulse comes out. Me too, man. Me too. Maxim says, my MetaMask is not connected to any KYC, so GL is good luck proving it's mine. Yeah, that's a good point. That's why I'm not, super concerned with the current legislation. I mean, it's going to take them years and years to really develop systems of complete surveillance and censorship. But in the meantime, I think I'm going to consider changing the jurisdiction in which I live. Let's see. The longer you put off staking, the longer you have to wait for the endless cycle to begin. Yeah, and when T-Shares is talking about endless cycle, we're talking about the staking ladder, right? That just generates more coins. So you're able to sell the interest when your stake expires and then restake it down the line. T-Share says, do 12 stakes, each 1 month longer. Boom, money machine. Take the interest and restake, continuous monthly income, not financial advice. That's exactly what I just said. Cool. Mixologist, yo! Oh, Richard Hart's going live. Hey, Richard Hart's going live, guys. I'm sorry. See you, yeah, I get it, guys. Richard Hart going live trumps me. I'm sorry I didn't even get near to all of your questions, but I mean, hey, I'd rather listen to Richard Hart than myself. Love you, Coffee, but the big band is going live. Yeah. Hey, hope you enjoyed the opener, guys. Hope you enjoyed the opener. I'll be here all night, and let's go hop over to Richard Hart's live stream. Thank you to all 200 of you for coming in, and this is, it's a welcome interruption. Let's just say that. Richard Hart can stream over me anytime. All right. See you, bros.